Hello, dear all. Nice to meet you here again after a long time. I know that you miss our videos, you miss our lessons. I'm back again, and I hope that from now we will start our lessons and we will continue them every week. Okay, let us start and continue our lesson about fractions. In our lesson that I uploaded before about fractions, we learned what is fraction, how to read it, what is numerator, denominator, fraction bar, what is unit fractions. We talked about proper and improper fractions. Now we will continue it. I want to start from simplifying the fraction. Let us see what this means to simplify a fraction. Okay, now I'm writing 3 over 10. This is a fraction, this is proper fraction where numerator is less than denominator, and I want to simplify this fraction. What does mean simplify? Simplify, it means to divide numerator and denominator by the same number. Here I see that 3 and 10, I can divide only by 1 and I will get again 3 over 10. So here the simplifying process is impossible because divide by 2, it doesn't mean simplifying because we get the same answer. Okay, now I want to write another fraction that is 3 over 15. And I see that I can divide both numerator and denominator by 3, that I will get 1 over 5, 1/5. This is the simplest form of the fraction because if I want to simplify again, I see that 1 in 5 I can only divide by 1 and this is not simplifying, so 1 over 5 is the simplest form. Okay, and if I want to see the simplification process in 2 or 3 steps. For example, let me write here 12 over 18. 12 over 18 I can divide by 2. Of course, you can start with 3, you can start with 6. So it is 6 over 9. I see that one more time I can simplify this fraction by dividing numerator and denominator by 3. That will be 2 over 3. So this is the simplest form. 2 over 3 is the simplest form of this fraction. So 12 over 18, 6 over 9, 2 over 3, all these fractions are equal to each other. They are called equivalent fractions. Okay, and here we have simplest form where we cannot divide numerator and denominator by the same number except 1. Okay, this is about how to simplify fraction. And now I want to talk about how can we compare the fractions, comparing two fractions. Okay, the comparing can take part in 3 ways. The first way is we can have 2 over 3 and 2 over 4. Another way we can have 4 over 7 and 6 over 7. And another way we can have 2 over 5 and 3 over 4. Okay. In the first case, we see we have two numerators same. In the second case, we have denominators same. But in the third case, none of them same. So how can we deal with the first and second cases? Like when we have two over 3 and 2 over 5. It's kind of 2 apples for 3 people and 2 apples for 4 people, in which case they will get more pieces. Of course, when 2 apples shared are shared between 3 people, among 3 people. So 2 over 3 is more than 2 over 4. So again, 2 apples for 3 people and 2 apples for 4 people. Okay, and in this case, 4 apples for 7 people and 6 apples for 7 people, in which case they will get more pieces, of course, when there are 6 apples for 7 people. Or we can look at it like we have a pizza, we divided it into 7 slices. I ate 4 slices, my friend ate 6 slices. So like who of us eat the more pieces? So of course my friend 6 over 7. And when we have 2 over 5 and 3 over 5, what we have to do in this case? So here we will apply the butterfly method. What this means, the butterfly method, is you see that what I draw, it looks like butterfly, like where we will get that this is 2 times 4 is 8. 5 to, okay, let me write 8 here. 2 times 4 is 8. And 5 times 3 is 15. So 15 is more than 8. So it means this fraction is more than 2 over 5. Okay, actually, in this case, logically, we can think about that. Look, 2 over 5, it is less than half because the half of 5 is 2.5 and 2 over 5 is less than half. And 3 over 4 is more than half, like the half of 4 is 2 and 3 is more than 2, so 3 over 5 is more than half. So here we can see that 3 over 4 is more than a half and 2 over 5 is less than half, so of course 3 over 4 is bigger. This is just logical way, and it's not appropriate for all types of comparing the fractions. The best appropriate way is, and so when it is the method when you can solve it for all cases, even for this case, even for this case, and for the third one, the butterfly method. Okay, and now I want to talk about ordering fractions. Okay, so ordering the fractions, it comes after the comparing of them. For example, here I have 2 over 3, 3 over 4, and 5 over 6. And we have to order of these fractions. So how can we order them? To order them, we need to have something same. Like we have to make numerators or denominators same. So it's up to you. I prefer here to make denominators same. Like for 3, 4, and 6, I know that 6 divides by 3. So 6 can be common multiple of 4, 3, and 6. So let me look at 4 and 6. It can be 12. The common multiple for them is 12. So it can be 12. It can be 12. And it should be 12. And to make it 12, I multiplied by 4. Here I multiplied by 3. Here I multiplied by 2. And we know the main important rule, the property of fraction is if we divide or multiply denominator by some number, we need to do the same process with numerator. Like if we multiply denominator by 4, we have to multiply numerator by 4 also. Here if we multiply it by 3, here we also need to multiply by 3. And here if we multiply it by 2, here we also need to multiply it by 2. So let me write our new fraction that this is 8 over 12. This is 9 over 12. And this is 10 over 12. Okay, it is just the perfect that we get the fractions from smallest to largest already. Actually, you know, they can ask you to write it is an ascending order and descending order, where ascending order it is from smallest to largest, and where we have descending order where we have to write them from largest to smallest and so on. Look, if somebody asked me to write this order in descending order, to write this fraction in descending order, and if I write that 10 over 12 and 9 over 12 and 8 over 12, this is not correct. Why? Because I have to order the original fractions. Like 8 twelves, 9 twelves, 10 twelves, I just changed their forms. I wrote their equivalent fractions to support myself how to order them, to understand which of them is bigger, which of them is smaller. And if I want to order them, I have to deal with the original forms. So for descending order, I have to write that, okay, if I have to start from 10 twelves, actually this is 5 over 6, and then it is 3 over 4, and then it is 2 over 3. And also sometimes it is generally appropriate for the higher classes. In primary, we don't use signs between them, but actually if descending order, we are writing that 5/6 is bigger than 3/4 and 3/4 is bigger than 2/3. Okay, yeah, it is about ordering the fractions. And now I want to look at mixed number, improper fractions. Okay, as we like converting. So, what does mean converting? As we talked before, in our previous lesson, we talked about what is proper fraction and what is improper fraction. Like 2/3 is proper fraction, 3 over 3 and 4 over 3, they are improper fraction, like when numerator is more or equal to denominator, like this is called improper fraction. Okay, and we can have such type of number where 3 and 2/7. Okay, let us see. Is it a whole number? No. Is the fraction? No. We see here about whole number and the fraction, and it is something mixing of them. So this is called mixed number. Like this is not a fraction, this is not a whole number, this is mixed number. That is called 3 and 2/7, or we can say 3 wholes 2/7. Okay. Like we can convert between mixed number and improper fraction, but before this, just I want to show it by using the pictures. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3 circles. I want to divide it into 4 parts, each of them. And here I'm shading all the parts. Here I'm shading all the parts. Here I'm shading one part, like this is one whole, but it's not one whole, it's 1 over 4. So I have 2 wholes in 1/4. Yeah? Okay, so, but as you know, 1 over 4, it's called a quarter. And let us count how many quarters we have here. In one whole, we have 4 quarters. In another one whole, we have 4 quarters. And as we said before, we have 1 quarter here. So totally, how many quarters we have here? We have 9 quarters. Okay, this is mixed number. And this is improper fraction. Okay, as you see, they are the same meaning they have, just in 2 different ways we can write it, in 2 different forms of number, like we can write it as mixed number, we can write it as improper fraction. Okay, what is quick way not to draw the pictures each time and how to change mixed number to improper fraction? Like if I have 3 and 2/7, what does it mean? It means sum 4 objects. Each of them is divided into 7 parts. 3 of them fully 7 out of 7 shared, but in the last object only 2 parts shared. So it means in 3, full 7 we have, that it makes 21, and 2 more, that 23. Or like we don't do anything with fraction, like I mean denominator, because auto what never changed. So 3 times 7 and plus 2, 23 over 7. The same thing we can do vice versa, where we can change improper fraction to mixed number. How? Like suppose that I have 32 over 5. What does mean 32 over 5? It means some objects, how many we don't know yet, they are divided into 5 parts each, and altogether there are 32 fifths. Okay, 32 fifths, what does it mean? It means like each object is divided into 5 parts. So 5 fifths here, 5 fifths here, 5 fifths here. So, okay, let us see how many fifths we can have in 32, how many fives we can have in 32. We know that in 32 we have 6 fives and 2 is remainder. So actually when we divide 32 by 5, answer is 6 and remainder is 2. So this is over 6 wholes and 2 over 5. Okay, I hope this lesson that will be very useful for you, and you will learn some subtopics from here. So today generally we'll learn how to simplify fraction, and of course we'll learn about simplest form. Then we learn about how to compare the fractions and how to order them. And then we learn about converting mixed number to improper fraction, and vice versa. Okay, so thank you for still being with us. I will do my best to upload videos every week, to upload lessons every week. I'm getting really very positive feedbacks, supportive feedbacks, and really all your feedbacks and the ideas and the thought, the wish really motivated me to start again. Thank you for everything. Thank you still being with us. See you next time. Bye bye.